Yo, YouTube, what's going on? In today's video, we're going to be going over my first full year of streaming. I can't believe a year has passed already. That I had a lot of ups and downs in my first full year of just learning and figuring things out. So I'm hoping to share that with you in hopes that it'll help you, and then maybe you guys can help me. And if there's anything that I say in this video or show you in this video that resonates with you, that you're like, man, finally somebody else who's dealing with the same thing or feeling the same way, comment down below and please let me know. And without further ado, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes, and let's just get straight to it. All right, so the first thing we're going to be going over is my 2024 Twitch recap. So this captures a lot of different stats and things like that. They send this to you at the end of the year. So obviously I've got one as a viewer, as a streamer, and then for my community as well. So we'll go ahead and go through mine as a streamer. So I've streamed 312 hours this year. Now in retrospect, that doesn't sound like a lot, but the first tip of advice, number one, make sure you guys write this down. Don't stream too much. I know when you're starting out, you're like, I got to stream 10 hours, I got to stream 8 hours. Don't do it. Some of the biggest names in the streaming world will say, listen, stream 2 hours, stream 3 hours max, maybe. Just do that, make clips, do things like that. We're going to get further into that later on, but don't stream too much, guys. Don't burn yourself out. This is a good number. I actually do wish it was a little bit higher, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but not bad. I streamed 80 times this year. Again, doesn't sound like a lot when there's 365 days in a year. So 80, pretty low number. I hope to double that this year. And like I said, I'll get a little bit into that. One of the first things that I struggled with as a small streamer was I was very gung-ho about it right out of the gate. I was ready to stream. Let's put the time in. Let's do the effort. I got burnt out very quickly. So I ended up moving in my personal life. I ended up moving. But that caused me to get burnt out in streaming, and I ended up taking like a 5-month break in between my old house and then my new house. And the burnout is kind of what got me to that point. So definitely, like I said, stream less. Less is more. So number one piece of advice, definitely do that. Same thing. So this is something this is a cool number. So this means that 1,687 hours were spent watching my stream on Twitch, which I think is, I can't even fathom that. That just means that there's people out there that spent 1,687 hours watching me. That blows my mind because I don't think I'm anything special, but that's a cool number. So that's kind of where my year was. And like I said, I took 5 months off. So this is only about 8 months worth of streaming possibly. So not too bad. Here's the top categories that I streamed. So I'm more of an indie games type of person. Think of Queso, think of RDC maybe. This is kind of the direction I like to go. Top stream of the year. I reached 118 viewers during a stream this year. Shout out to isnt on YouTube. Definitely check him out. I'll have his name in the description. He rated my stream on 2 separate occasions on Rainbow Six, which was really awesome. He's a really big YouTuber, like 300,000 subs, something like that. So that was really cool, and I made that connection with him, and we chat from time to time. So very, very cool there. Top tags. This is something that I don't fully know, and I'm not sure how important tags are on Twitch, but those were my top tags. There was 36,500 chats sent on Twitch in my Twitch chat, which I think that's awesome. That means there's people chatting. I hope to get that more. Here goes some emotes that were custom made. They're kind of blurry for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, but they're not blurry when they're used. But yeah, I made all these custom. Biggest fans. These are my viewers that spent the most time chatting and viewing, interacting, things like that. Collaborations. I got rated 8 times. So there's isnt. Shout out isnt right there. We got a couple other raids. Young Ty. Shout out Young Ty. I also raided 12 people. So this is something that I highly recommend. Even if you only have 5 viewers, find somebody on Twitch when your stream's almost over. Find someone who's only got 1 viewer, something like that, and just spread the love. Support their content. Watch them for a few minutes. See if you're vibing with how they kind of are dealing. I always try to make sure that they are being interactive, talking, trying to do the 9 yards, and then I usually send them a raid. And then you usually make that connection. So I try to find people similar to me, and then that way so you have a new friend, and then you can kind of chat, offline and stuff. Here's people that I rated. Some clips. People made clips of me. I had 303 new followers this year. So not a bad number. I do wish that it was way higher, but like I said, I did take 5 months off in between the year. But hopefully this year we'll double this. 55 subs throughout the year, so not terrible. These are new subscribers, so resubs don't count in this. So my overall sub count for Twitch will be over 100 for the year, but these are just brand new people that decided to subscribe to my channel, which I thought, that's 55, that's awesome. 3 hype trains, which is cool. 644,000 channel points were spent, another very cool feat. I unlocked Twitch affiliate this year, which was super awesome. I actually did this in the first 30 days, so very, very cool. Little goat here, W Twitch for animations. This is a superlative award. It's like a chat badge that they'll give you. Basically, they take over all the information from your channel, what games do you play, things like that, and they will give you a superlative, which is just like basically like a little thing for you. You get a chat badge, and they counted me as Indie Gamer of the Year. That's a superlative I got because I play a ton of indie games. That's kind of my thing. So that was that, and then you can share your recap. So again, 303 new followers, 1,690 total hours watched, 55 new subscribers, and then here's some other information. So here's the thing. With Twitch, there's one thing I noticed and I learned very quickly when I started streaming, and that is Twitch will not, and I mean, listen, if you're a small streamer, listen to this. They will not push your content. That is just not how the platform is set up. The best way to, I'm going to give you guys an unlock right here. The best way to get more views on Twitch, okay, we're going to go ahead and you're seeing this live, no cuts, no nothing. The best way to get your content on Twitch. So you guys are going to hate to hear this, and I'm going to get in the comments. Stop playing Call of Duty. Stop playing Valorant. Stop playing Fortnite. All of those games, listen, unless you're having like the most funniest clips or you are like the greatest Fortnite or Call of Duty player of all time, if somebody clicks on Fortnite and they're like, oh, I want to watch a new streamer, and they're going to see Cloaksy, 18.9, Ninja, 18.9, Owen Pixel, Mr. Savage, Mongrel. I mean, you're going to see all these. You're competing. These are all this is all competition, guys. So you guys are competing with all of these people, and until you're like one of these people, you're never going to be seen, right? And if you recommend low to high, here's people with 1 viewer. So all of these people with 1 viewer, they're competing with Ninja, Cloaksy, Courage JD, Tim the Tapman. I mean, they're competing with all of these people. So you look at how many pages you have to scroll to even get to somebody with 10 viewers. It's just not going to happen, guys. I mean, realistically, it's just not going to happen. So your best bet is to take a game. Don't get me wrong. You can make. I don't want that to come off like you guys can't be successful by playing Fortnite and Call of Duty and Rainbow Six. You absolutely can. We see it every day. But you have to be doing something extremely different. Whether that's the way you play the game, whether you're hilarious, you're a very funny person, or you're really, really good at the game. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be very, very difficult. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult. But if you take a game that has lower viewers, so in this case, let's see. We'll try to find one as an example. Super Mario 64, okay? This is just a good example. There's less than 1,000 viewers, okay? So let's go ahead and filter back high to low. Okay, the top streamer in this category only has 400 viewers. That means if you can somehow find a way to pull 10 viewers, you will be in the starting page. That means when I click on this category for Super Mario 64, bang, I'll see one of you guys, and then I'll likely click on it and just say, hey, just because it's right here in front of me, right? And you can even do something that's a little bit less realistic too. Or more realistic. You can do the Hunter Call of the Wild. It's a hunting game. The top streamer in the category has 200 viewers. Number 2 is 32. You guys are going to be in the top of the category. You're much more likely to get somebody to click on your page by doing that, if that makes sense. So that's tip number 1. Try to play games with low viewers. There's a lot of newer games that have a lot of people who want to watch. Or if you have a game that's got like, let's see, Rainbow Six, it's only got 8K, right? Stompin's streaming right now, so he's got 2K viewers. Mingo's got 600. and you got a couple other pages that aren't super big, a lot of Jinxie replay pages. So say you want to be a Rainbow Six streamer, that's your thing. That's great. Do not stream at nighttime between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Why is that? Jinxie's going to go live, and there's going to be 40, 50,000 people watching him. You're going to be at the bottom of the category again, right? So pick your times that you stream. If you're going to play a game like that, definitely pick your times that you stream, very cautiously. And like I said, that's tip number one. Definitely try to pick games that are lower viewership. That way, so you can stick out a little bit more. You also want to make sure that you're picking things that are, obviously popular and current. One thing is, like, the browse feature on Twitch is a very good feature to use. The reason I say that is if you go back to the homepage, click browse up here on the top left. You can see right above my camera here. These are games that are trending. So the games that it shows are games that are trending with a lot of viewers. So just because a game doesn't have a lot of viewers doesn't mean it's not a trending game. So Raft. I think Queso played this on stream. It's got 700 people watching it. You can stream Raft, and you'll be probably in the top of the category. Indiana Jones, that game just came out, but they got 67K. There's probably a big streamer in there. Let's see. 14K. Look, we got 14K from one streamer. So you just got to be careful on which ones you stream and kind of pick and choose kind of which direction you go with that. That being said, the biggest takeaway from this portion of the video is learn the platform that you're streaming on, whether that's Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever it may be. Learn the platform, understand how it works, know how the engine works there. It'll help you tremendously. So when it comes to Twitch, use the browse feature. Scroll, see what games have a lot of viewers, what games have no viewers, so on and so forth, and that'll definitely help you. With Twitch, I don't really have any struggles or complaints with how things work. I kind of understand it, I feel like, and for the most part, I enjoy it. I think it's the best streaming platform for sure. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to YouTube. YouTube is a little different. I don't personally stream on YouTube. I think Twitch is a little bit more interactive, a little bit more fun for the viewer. So I can't really help in that area. So for YouTube, I do post, a couple times. I post long form content 1 to 2 times a week. Short form content, I'm posting 2 to 3 times a day, 7 days a week in most cases. I'm trying to slow that down a little bit and maybe spend more time editing my short form content to make it more eye-popping and appealing. And if you guys have any advice, or maybe you've had a viral video or something like that, feel free to comment down below and share that advice with me. So one thing I struggle with is finding a good hook, so to capture somebody in the first 2 to 3 seconds. Since I record clips from my stream, I sometimes have a hard time finding a way to make a hook out of that clip, if that makes sense. So obviously I've got some outliers that have 12, 11, 10K, but I want to get to the point to where these are 50, 60, 70, 80, 100K, a million, you know what I mean, one day, hopefully. So if you guys have advice, definitely comment down below, and I will take your advice, trust me. And another thing is, make sure you guys look at people's YouTube channels, you know what I mean? So here's Queso, for example. Let's go to his YouTube channel. And again, when you post on YouTube, make sure that each video you post is something that you like. Don't be afraid to post a YouTube video. What's the worst that can happen? Someone comments on it and says, "Oh, your video sucks." Who cares? You know what I mean? Everyone's videos suck when they first start, okay? So let's go to Queso's oldest video. So look at his thumbnails when he first started off. Very cookie cutter, very normal looking. This one's pretty good. Got a lot of bright text on the screen. And keep in mind, he made this channel after he had already got millions of views on TikTok. So I don't know if he's a good example, but let's go to Jinxie. Jinxie, everyone knows who Jinxie is. He just blew up on TikTok in 2023, early 2024. So let's look at his videos, okay? Obviously, look at his thumbnails now. They're great. They're great thumbnails. Very eye-catching, very clickable, things like that. But don't forget, he was one of you guys. He was one of me. He was us at one point. Look at his oldest videos. Look at the thumbnails. They're very normal. Anybody could make these. There's nothing super crazy about them. A lot of reused graphics. So like these two thumbnails are almost identical. You've got the graphic right here with Jinxie, and then like the kill feed. He's used on this video, this video, this video, and probably on more the more you scroll. So again, but look at the thing with his thumbnails. Each one gets better. So this one, is what it is. These couple three, and then all of a sudden you start getting more colorful, more eye-catching, more popping, more text, things like that. And then the more you scroll, the better they get. I mean, look at this. Like, people are going to click on these, and then that's where you start figuring it out. And that's kind of that's the boat that I'm in, right? It sounds like I'm giving advice, but I promise you I'm not, because if I was, I'd have thousands of views, and I don't. So yeah. So when it comes to YouTube, my struggle is figuring out the hook, figuring out the thumbnail and title, because as much as I spend time on these thumbnails, sometimes I'm like, oh, the thumbnail is great, but how do I get it into the browse features? How do I get it to where YouTube is pushing my content for me and I'm not pushing it myself? You know what I mean? I have a hard time making good short form content with like a hook and things like that, because most of my clips are clips from my stream that are funny or whatever. So I have a hard time finding a way to hook it when I'm clipping it for what it is, I guess, if that makes sense. So, and hooks can be in many forms. You know, they can be in text, they can be in sounds, they can be in whatever. So that's something that I struggle with. Maybe you guys can, help me with that. And then that trickles down to TikTok. So in the last year, I've been able to achieve, this number isn't super accurate. I'd probably say I'd been able to achieve about 1,000 subscribers from streaming and gaming videos. I did make a different kind of content on this channel prior to the Tech9 rebranding back before. So here's a fishing video that I made that happens to have 800K, so that's where my first 1,000 got, and another fishing video. But I've had some gaming videos that have gotten 24K, 50K. Again, not bad. Those are good ones. Those are outliers. I'm going to say it. TikTok is definitely a good tool. Everyone says that it's the meta. That's how you get big. You have to stream on TikTok. You have to stream on Twitch. You have to stream on all this stuff. I think TikTok's great. I think it's a good way to use it. I just haven't found the correct way to use it, if that makes sense. I've tried multi-streaming on TikTok and Twitch at the same time. Again, I work a 9-to-5, guys. Like, I have a normal job. I don't have some monster PC that costs $5,000 that can handle everything. I'm running a 3060 in my PC. Multi-streaming on Twitch and TikTok at the same time is super taxing. So it causes some of my games to lag sometimes while I'm streaming, which, if you're a streamer, you know that's the absolute worst thing ever, is to be mid-stream and then all of a sudden, bam, your whole stream's getting lagged out almost. So that's something that I deal with. I feel like I'm not utilizing TikTok to the best of my ability. But I try to do what I can do, and I try to post and do all those things. So I'm hoping that this kind of starts taking off. But if you guys have any tips or tricks, feel free to drop those down below. But yeah, you guys aren't alone if that's how you guys are feeling. All right, so when it comes to money, okay, now I am all for what every big streamer says. If you're streaming for money, you're never gonna make it, and I totally agree with that. I started streaming just because I watched people like Jinxie blow up, people like Queso, people like Sketch, anybody who's like a small streamer who just comes out of nowhere and blows up. I get inspired by those people, because at the end of the day, they were normal people working 9-to-5s, or maybe just trying to make it, teenagers, whatever it is. Guys, I'm 29 years old. I have a 9-to-5. I'm married. I have stuff I have to do, right? So the money part is nice from time to time. So here I'm just going to be straight up open with you guys and show you guys what I made in this first year. Again, I didn't stream the full year. I did take 5 months off, so I'm going to make a disclaimer for there. So today is December 10th. So year to date, I've made $342. Now that is from subs, resubs, prime subs, gifted subs, all that stuff. That's all that is. Ad revenue is like non-existent, since I only average 8.2 viewers. So again, not bad for Twitch averaging 8 to 9 viewers. Obviously, we want to get that up as much as we can. But you know what? This is what you can expect if you're growing at a decent pace, okay? So right here, you can see where my break was. So again, high spikes right when I first started. 20 viewers, 8, 9, 12. I mean, you can see where it just starts going across, and then it flatlines for 5 to 6 months, and then it picks back up again. And I still haven't got back to where I was because I took a break. So that's going to lead me into my last and final topic, where we'll chat for a second. And that is, do not give up. If this is something that you're passionate about and you're like, I want to be a streamer, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a TikToker, whatever it is that you want to do, if this is something that you're serious about, don't make excuses for yourself. And this is going to be the realest video you guys are ever going to see, okay? And that is, don't make excuses. I spent so much time making excuses this past year of, oh, my PC's not good enough. Oh, my Xbox isn't good enough. My computer's not good enough. My YouTube videos aren't good enough. My thumbnail's not good enough. Chat, if I told you how many times I restarted the intro to this video, you guys would be flabbergasted. You know what I mean? I restarted and deleted the intro to this video probably 30 times because it wasn't good enough. It wasn't perfect. And then I'm like, wait a minute. It's fine. Because I'm trying to show you guys who I am, and you guys can like it for what it is. You guys can subscribe, don't subscribe. There's no water off of my back. You know what I mean? I'm just here to provide a value, hopefully. And like I said, this video was made for you guys to hopefully gain something, maybe get some tips on how to grow. And then in turn, hopefully you guys can give me some tips. But quit making excuses. Post your video. Post it. You got nothing to lose. I'll watch it. Send it to me. I'll watch it. I'll critique it. I'll do whatever. I'm not a perfect YouTuber. Obviously, I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I'm not getting paid to make this video. But excuses killed me this year. That's one thing that just, killed me. It was making excuses. One thing that was a little bit of a struggle that is still going to be a struggle moving forward, and that is the work-life balance. So again, I'm married. I don't have any kids yet, but I'm married, so you have to try to balance that life out, right? I have to work a 9 to 5. And then you have to find time to stream for 2 hours. You can't do it every day, right? Because you have other stuff you got to do. So me personally, luckily I've been blessed with a wife who supports me and wants me to achieve my dreams. So I stream 3 days a week for 2 hours. So 2 to 3 hours, depends on the chat and how many people are watching, things like that. But I usually will spend one of those days after stream editing videos. So whether it's, a Friday or a Thursday, whatever it may be, whatever works out with time and things that I have to do in my normal life. Your normal life comes first. I hate to say that to you guys because that's, you want to say, I want to dedicate everything to it and just go full force, quit my job. Don't do that. Listen, it's going to be a long time before you do that, okay? Ultimately, what it comes down to is if it was easy to become a big streamer, a big YouTuber, everybody would do it. Of course, everybody wants to do it because they see the big names out there who are making money and doing this and having fun and get to play video games. And then they get to a point to where all they have to do is play video games, and then they're getting people who edit their videos, who post their clips, and do all this stuff for them. But if it was, like I said, if it was easy, everybody would do it, and it's not easy. It's hard. So with that being said, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for the video. I just wanted to share my experience this past year. Success that I found, struggles that I've had, any type of advice. I've had a lot of tech issues with streaming from my console, things like that. Just a lot of stuff that are headaches and just trying to figure things out. That's something that I've struggled with. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for the video. If you guys did like this video, again, feel free to drop a like and comment down below. You don't have to subscribe. I'm still going to be here posting videos whether you subscribe or not, just because I enjoy doing it. Like I said, my goal for this video was for it to be as real and raw and just like, this is what it is. This is my experience. As much as I possibly could get that across. Hopefully I did. If I didn't, if you have any questions or any other video suggestions on things like this, definitely feel free to comment down below. And if not, it's all good. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.